I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist. And it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
Well, they'll be calling me a radical. Live from Atomic City, Idaho. Post Diggers, Kevin Blanch. This is the #1 day and issue, probably in a lifetime. Everybody in their dogma say, I mean, this is #1, paramount. Not how nice it's been in sight. It's the boogeyman. Now, let me tell you why this is the day, the major event. The major event. Right here, right now. One activist trying to hold them off. The rest of the activists say, what the fuck are they doing? Hello. So, this is called the consent. The nuclear waste, these reactors are coming apart quickly. This whole dog and pony show, and we'll get into Exelon trying to last minute, hat in hand, Como in New York, pulling a fucking scam on the New York fucking activist community, including myself. We fought so hard to get the clean initiative fucking bill through the New York State legislature, which we got through, which is also a win. They're trying to steal it and give it to Exelon, Obama's baby. So they're working a last-minute deal to buy Fitzpatrick, the nuclear that now thinks. So we'll buy it if you give us money. Como, the crime boss in New York City, you know, he says, okay. No, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, all activists in New York, pull your heads out of your fucking ass. And I mean, this is so fucked up, this country. They're so asleep. They're so dogmatic. They're so caught up in religious baiting, race fucking baiting bullshit in the fucking street. What the fuck are you doing? Everybody accepting cancer. So here's the deal. So it's called consent that these reactors are coming apart quickly, closing so fast that they're done. So they know it. The Department of Energy knows this is coming apart quickly. The activist community, myself, and a few others we got them on the fucking ropes, and they know it. We've exposed the crimes and the corruption. They're scared to fucking death of jail. Legislators are refusing to fucking just hand over the fucking whole fucking kitchen sink to these fucking rats anymore. We flip popular opinion. The fucking looting's over. They know it. The waste has got to go. There's nowhere to put it. The fucking continual fucking bullshit fight at Yucca. So, the Department of Energy's come up with what they call the fucking consent city. So they've went around the whole country, well, not the whole country, they strategically picked places. Now, of course, Utah's been their dumping grounds for fucking decades. One guy got them kicked the fuck out of here. They're fucking done here. Kevin Blanch fucking finally got fucking Energy Solutions kicked the fuck out of here. Ain't gonna happen. Over my dead body, over everybody, ain't gonna happen. So all this waste has got to go somewhere. Harry Reid's fucking bullshit. You can look it up. He stood right on the fucking, gave his press conference in Congress, says, oh, well, what about that? We'll just leave it on site. Well, and I understand Harry Reid got to get elected. You know, and by the way, Utah State educated, worked at fire call when the fucking rocket blew up. I mean, you can't make this shit up. He's done. He's retired. Everybody knows he's the only one that's been blocking Yucca Mountain. Now, Yucca Mountain a bad idea? Of course, they're all. It's the fucking best of the fucking worst ideas. The worst idea was ever making this shit. So, the stuff's got to go somewhere. I know everybody just tune out, fucking move on. Oh, it's just nuclear waste. It's just cancer. There's a cure, right? I can smoke some weed, you dumb, ignorant fuckers. It's amazing how fucking postured they have this fucking insane pot. Oh, there you go. Okay, we can just switch over. There's, you know how much fucking nuclear fucking mass murder waste is sitting in reactors? Overcapacity, went over legal capacity in 1991. It's just crammed. So, San Onofre will be first. That's my work. Number one, nobody thought we'd get it closed. Oh, we got to fucking close. Number two, nobody ever thought they were going to put it on the beach. Oh, my work said, fuck you, not on the fucking beach. It's not going on the beach now. So they're unloading it quickly. They're way ahead of schedule. By the way, it's in the parking lots, as they say, on the tarmac. They're way ahead of schedule. Let me tell you why they're so ahead of schedule. Edison's fucking scared to death. They know what I know. They know that the corruption and the crimes that fucking they have committed, if God forbid something happened, they're going to get exposed, and these fucking, they'll be, can you imagine? They know what I know. They're fucking scared to death of the truth coming out. The truth comes out, they'll all go to prison, and they know it. Now, they're way ahead of schedule. So it's in dry cast containers in the parking lot. They have security like you wouldn't believe over there. I talked to security, whatever. You know, they've amped it up. They know it's involved. It's got to go first. They got to go first. And we all know that, so it's going to go first. So where's it going to go? So they, believe it or not, Minnesota consent. Why there? Because they get away from the fucking ground zero. They get just far enough away from ground zero, which is Illinois. Which fucking Exelon's fucking those rat fucking creeps. Those looting, thieving fucking criminals. Which they've already announced they're closing a bunch of reactors, but that's just a begging fucking gig. So they announce, and they just cry baby. And they go to state legislators. You know, the Fed subsidy's not enough. The fucking, you know, no liability price, Anderson. I mean, this is just the biggest mass murder and looting welfare fucking pieces of shit murders in history. It's the greatest catastrophe in human history is called nuclearism. So, of course, that in Sacramento. So Gary, Micah Gary, the attorney that's worked on this, who hasn't been paid anything, and of course, how nice is they've invented Darrell ISIS, that political theater fraudster, which I got on his bandwagon for a little while, but he betrayed me. And, you know, don't betray me. Don't cross me. You know, Barry Antoinette, Barack Obama, it's called betrayal. He betrayed everybody. So Darrell ISIS throws a fit, writes a letter to the Department of Energy. Says, oh, you're having these hearings over there. The number one hearing should be in Southern California. It should be down here. Which he's right. Why the fuck isn't it there? San Onofre is the number one fucking issue. Now Diablo. Those two got to go, and they got to go fast, and they're going to go fast. Us as activists. And I want this before I get into this. As the activist community, it's very important. We have a role to play. This is, you know, separation of fucking government, which we don't have fucking executive, legislative, judicial anymore. They're all bled together. It's fascism. We as the activists have to stay separated. So when the activists, I want all activists to be very clear on this, all fucking street activists, anti-nuclears, hardcore activists, this is very important. Do not get yourself placed on so-called community action groups, community fucking things, because they're all hijacked and they're all funded. Stay clear. Stay clear. They offer me those positions all the time. Oh, no fucking way. I'm not going to go into your sitting room and your kumbaya and hold fucking hands. We have to stay completely separated by community action groups, everything. We have to be fucking independent. Us as activists, the activist community, we work together, but we have to stay independent away from any of those groups. You know, those groups, I guess, they're important. I don't know. I think they do more harm than good. You know, that guy that sits up there with his Tim Cook fucking uniform in California Coast Commission, that guy's a fucking rat. He told me straight up he has a PhD in communication. He just fucking talks his Tim Cook fucking passive-aggressive language. You know, they're pieces of shit. And they form these committees and these groups, and they get nowhere. We have to be hardcore, and we have to be radical in their face. They're afraid of us. We have to tell the fucking truth and explode. It's up to the activists. Now, granted, it's a fucking thankless job. Thankless. You know, we rely on a little bit of public fucking funding just from other activists who, I mean, you know, we run on a shoestring. But that's just the way it is. You know, and We fight cancer. We don't lay down and just accept like America's all accepted cancer. Oh, it's just fucking random. No, it's not random. So here's what the gig is. So they're going around the country and trying to get someone to consent. Utah's finally said, fuck you, we've had enough. You know, our laws, and the governor, and then don't think Governor Herbert's just done this because out of the goodness of his heart. I fucking told him straight up to his face, and he knows it. A lot, you know, me, on my own. The state law prohibits this. We will fucking sue you. And I know the collusion between you and Rusty and fucking Energy Solutions. I will expose it. I will expose all of you. You know, we're supposed to have, you know, public hearings or whatever. As soon as the public hearing and they get Kevin Blanch and his YouTube camera and the army showing up, they back him out, which is illegal. So, according to the Department of Energy, there's only 2 places that have consented. And they've been working on this for a while. Consent, say New Mexico. Now, their idea of consent is, you know, Stanford fucking connected fucking lawyer, Jerry Brown fucking Yale connection, and the appellate fucking judge, his roommate, is a passed out girl behind a dumpster, is their version of consent. So the voters of New Mexico never consented to any of this. But through lawsuits, supposedly they've got permission to put stuff in New Mexico. I call total bullshit on. Bullshit. No, they don't. But they're bringing it there anyway from the Mox fuel from Japan, which they sent in the Genstream. So the other place, and this is very important, there's only one place that's put it to the public vote. And the Department of Energy claims they voted for it, but I've read the fucking law. The law was very fucking vague and very tainted and slanted. That Idaho consents. Which, if Idaho consents, they're insane. But here's the problem. And that's why I'm at Atomic City. Okay, Atomic City is where they're going to bring it. Now, they have no cavern. They have no hole in the ground. Now, let's talk about this. Idaho, they say, I live closer to Atomic City than you do in Boise. I live in northern Utah. So, at Atomic City, which that's where the cougar had the fucking fangs going out of the back of his head right there, which you can look it up. The feds have already settled a case of causing cancer up there. My best friend, Paul Winchester, my lifelong buddy, he was born and raised right there. He got cancer right there. They have an incredible fucking episode. You know, and don't you love it how they always do it near the res? You know, so the res right there, the Blackfoot and the Shoshone is right there. You know, that's where I'm at right now. I'm in Blackfoot, Idaho, which, by the way, if you are a purist, like I am, I'm a purist in all ways. You want to go to the coolest thing in the world later this year, the Blackfoot County Fair, the Shoshone and the Blackfoot young natives do what they call relay racing on the track. No saddles, no nothing. They boing hop fucking from, you should see how good they are. And then it really shows you, it's got to be, I think, the only pure Native American event left in this country. I'll go up this year if I'm still here, you know, in this neck, my home, and I'll get videos of it. It's magnificent. It's incredible. I mean, it'll make you cry how beautiful it is. I mean, they boing on those horses while they're going by, and just sees how athletic the young natives. I mean, my God. You know, as I drive by the Intermountain Indian School on my way here, my mom was a teacher there. You know, that experiment, I'll write a whole book about that in Brigham City, Utah. My grandpa's Abe Hunsaker IV. That's the guy who, you know, Brigham City was United Order, Abe the First, you know. So, I should write a lot of books, but I'm busy fucking trying to save the world. So, look, how far am I from Yellowstone right now? I'm fucking right there. I'm right at fucking near the gate. This is the gateway to Yellowstone. The most geologically geyser active place on Earth by 1,000,000 times, right here where I'm sitting. This is the most active fucking place with the biggest fucking active fucking underground volcano on Earth. The geysers, the hot springs here are so fucking many of them here. They spill clear down into northern Utah where I'm at. We all grew up in hot springs, you know. I mean, when I was a teenager, I can remember with native girls, you know. I'm 1/8 Shoshone, that's all. But, you know, I can remember me and those fucking, you gotta realize how beautiful they were. How much I still love those women. They were fantastic, you know, and used to get in a lot of trouble when I was young with the police because of that, you know, drinking, hanging out, having fun, you know, with the native girls, me and them, you know, and all through this region. My home, my place. This grand fucking place called Idaho in Utah now. Idaho means this. This is the game that goes on, and it's the same rats and trolls that call every single time during my radio show, and they'll just hammer away. And they're trolls. Then you call them back. So, anyway, Idaho, the word is a native word that means the sunshine are coming down the mountain in the mornings. You know, so I'll tell you how evil they are. So the Navajo chief, when they took these children and put them in the Intermountain Indian School in Brigham City, which only lasts for a few times. By the way, I have 2 really magnificent couches. That was a furniture factory that the Navajos made. I'm probably going to have to put them up for sale because I got to raise money. I was so broke, you know, and I got so down that you saw that in my tree, I have the original chairlift, the first chairlift ever in the history of the state of Utah. I had to sell it fucking yesterday to even have gas money to be able to keep that. I mean, I had to sell it. I sold it way too cheap. I sold it $1,500 when it's worth 10 times that. But I got to do what I got to do. This accident's got to go forward. So the chief, when I'm a little boy, I had paintings from him. Took him to school, show and tell. My 3rd grade teacher, who was a rat, her name was Mrs. Earl, stole them. Says, oh, we've lost them. You know what they got to be worth? She stole them. So he had this giant eagle. He drove through Brigham City, which has been voted many times as the most beautiful downtown in America. It has these beautiful, beautiful big sycamores. D. Smith, you know, my mom's dad's next door neighbor. But anyway, it was called the United Order. It was the experiment, the Mormon experiment, which they were pure communists. The Mormons practiced communism for well over 100 years. Here in Utah, well over 100 years, which means all wealth went to the bishop's storehouse and was 100%. You got a job, you never got a paycheck. 100% redistribution of wealth. Now they call themselves free market fairy tales, called by the CIA. They're completely the opposite. They've lost all fucking socialistic roots of their fucking theology. They're fucking traitor, fucking evil devils. They're devils that have infiltrated. The Mormon church is fucking so evil, so corrupt, and we were taught as boys. We were taught as children that there would come a time when the Mormon church would be infiltrated by Mormons and they would masquerade. That's what Mike Lee is. That's what fucking Romney is. That's what Karl Rove is. All these people are devils. They're fucking Satan themselves, masquerading. They all look in the hairspray and they all talk in passive-aggressive fucking tone, and they're here to fucking, they're the completely opposite of any Christian belief, you know, and call themselves Christian, just like the evangelicals. Jesus died so I can be rich. Let's go mass murder Jesus' own fucking relatives, fucking that poor Jew with fucking sandals who was the foot washer who threw the mortgage, buy here, pay here, when he threw the money changers out of the temple, up is down, black is white. So the consent hearing, it's got to go somewhere. So they're saying Idaho is consented. Well, okay, that's my question. You've consented, where's it go? Well, we're going to just take it to Atomic City. Atomic City does not have the facilities for this. We're going to build them. What, a cavern underground? Really? At Yellowstone? Really? Are you people really that fucking insane? The most geological active place on Earth? Right here, right here. Atomic City, right here. I'm on the fucking, I can just fucking right up the road, and I'm in Yellowstone. I mean, there's hot springs everywhere here. There's geysers every fucking where here. These people are insane. You know? Totally insane. Nobody wants this shit, and nobody's going to consent. Now, get this. You will love this. This is outside the Mormon Church, which there are more Mormons per capita in Idaho than there are in the state of Utah. More Mormons in Wyoming per capita than there are in the state of Utah, and they've hijacked the political theater there. They've been paid by the CIA. They put out the narrative. They fucking put them out there 100% lock, stock, paid. The CIA controls the Mormon church. The fucking industrial war machine controls the Mormon church. 100% lock, stock, barrel. They're completely, and I can prove it. Mike Lee sends back our fucking money on Medicaid, kicks me off Medicaid, makes an ideological stand. You can look it up. Kevin Blanch's interview with Mike Lee. So he says, I'll get back to that. That was on a Friday. You can see it. Look it up online. He lies to me. His own father died young of leukemia. He doesn't care. So 2 days later, 3 days later, Sunday night, this was on a Friday, Sunday night, he's on the House floor holding up his buddy, Ted fucking Cruz, CIA, who Ted Cruz's father, there's plenty of pictures all over. You can look it up. Look it up. Just Wikipedia, Ted Cruz. Look who his father is, political operative. There are pictures all over with fucking Ted Cruz's father and Lee Harvey Oswald, CIA to the 10th fucking power. Political fucking dissident, fucking out of the Batista fucking government, out of fucking Cuba. Look it up. Come on. You know, he's fucking top of the class at Princeton and Harvard Law. Come on. If he's an evangelical, I'm an astronaut. So it's all hijacking, which Karl Rove wrote his PhD, who's from fucking Colorado. I debated Karl Rove in the 80s at Weber State University. We ran his fucking, look it up, we ran his ass out of town. That's why he set up shop in Texas. He's a political operative, you know, paid, who fucking stole the leg, and he's one of the biggest criminals that ever walked the face of the fucking earth. These are hardcore fucking criminals. These are treasonous fucking rats, hardcore treasonous fucking rats, who have committed incredible fucking treason. So, we'll wander our fucking way over here to Atomic City, and hopefully up to Boise for the hearing. It's a long drive, fucking over to Boise on fucking Highway 26. It's beautiful, though. We'll go by Craters of the Moon. I know Idaho, fuck, almost as good as I know California. Almost as good as I know Utah, because I've spent my whole life on the geography. That's my gig. That's what I do my whole life since I was a little kid. I can tell, it's, you know, when I'm in California, people say, oh my God, this Utah boy's got to tell me where everything is, in LA, in San Francisco, in San Diego, in Pismo, and everywhere. You know this fucking geography, and you know this fucking California better than I do, and I'm born and raised here. Yeah, because I walk. You know, and I know the sea. I'm connected to the fucking sea. So this is the number one fucking issue in the world, and I love it. I stand in that fucking hearing down there, and this woman gets up and goes on this crying fucking fit. You know, by the way, Honeyville up here, you know, as you drive through northern Utah, it used to be called Hunsakerville. Abe the second was electrocuted. I'll write a whole book just for that whole fucking gig. When the railroads meet, that's him fucking standing out. The first fucking railroad fucking officer. Oh, yeah, the guy that found the gold of the Suitors. Oh, yeah, the guy that stood when they stood it over at Monterey. Oh, yeah, the statue at fucking Old Town. Oh, yeah, that's him. That's him. That's my bloodlines. I used to tell everybody if my mom was a boy, because Abe the Fourth only had 3 girls. It's amazing. Abe the Fourth marries fucking Ike fucking Potter's fucking last living grandchild. Born and raised in Idaho. You go out through Lava Hot Springs, that's where we grew up. You go out there fucking to that fucking farmhouse where everybody has their fucking hoedowns and their family reunions. That's my grandparents' house. You know, so Idaho, the sunlight racing down the mountain. These beautiful words they hijack. These beautiful fucking colors and spirits they hijack. They took it all. They got it all. Mission accomplished. So the Shoshone have a seat at the table today at the hearing to sit in. So do I. But I refuse to fucking participate in their fucking panels. I've been invited on those fucking panels. I've been invited on all the panels. And I won't. Because and they're white. Because I have to stay abstract as the activist. My role is that important as the activist. So she stands up in the hair and goes, because John, who is running it, who I like, okay, John, he's running this show. He lived here, right here in Blackfoot. He lived right here for years, worked for Atomic City. That's where he cut his teeth. You know, and so he says, well, so she gets up, I like you guys live in Idaho. It's our issue. That's the arrogance of the California. When the Energy Solutions fucking dump site right behind my house in Utah, the Santa Monica generator, hot and fuck, is dumped right there, parked in. Their waste dumped right there. And news you, these are not, this is the arrogance of the American. You know, and your flag waving and your border building and your fucking war machine. We draw lines for states. We draw lines for counties. We draw lines for country, nation building. The jet stream don't give a fuck about your fucking lines. They don't give a fuck about your lines. These are not worldwide issues. Fucking phone off the hook. Just babble. I mean, you know, well, they're not activists. They just, you know, I don't know what they're up to. They want Kevin's shoulder to cry on, you know, do whatever. Okay, I'll be your fucking, you know, landing pad. I mean, fuck, what a fucking point board I've turned into. But that's all right. It has to be that way. So she gets, oh, you live clear now. What the fuck are you talking about? And I got issue for you in Las Vegas. San Onofre Way sitting in the parking lot, and Diablo Canyon just sitting there, spent fuel a billion times more dangerous to you than ever putting in a hole. I used to argue to shoot it in space, which I still do. You know, Allison McFarland, her and I go way back, because you've seen me and her. You know, she didn't even know I was going to be there. I didn't know she was going to be there. Why did she just happen to show up? Because she's the consulting expert now. They pay her and treat her like a royal god. Oh, come stay in Southern. You want a free trip to San Juan Capistrano? Oh, it's so big, which it is fucking grand. Orange County is spectacular, and San Juan Capistrano, the fucking mission, will take your breath away. It's one of the last authentic things there. They left the ruins. You know, idiots want to tear it down. It's fucking so crazy, the fucking over fucking building. You know, growth for the sake of growth, the ideology of cancer stuff. We're happy. These fucking insane maniacs. California, the new fucking Florida. So, before I forget, we got news on the USS Reagan. Now, they've been waiting for these motions, according to my sources. They've been waiting for this fucking case to clear in Japan, which we knew how the judge was going to rule. The same people filed suit in Japan against GE, against Mitsubishi, against TIPCO on the fucking building. They've been waiting for that ruling. The judge ruled yesterday, threw it out, which we knew that. That's nothing fucking surprising to us. We knew it was going to come down that way. So it's no biggie. So this is Blackfoot, Idaho. Fucking hillbillies got their trailers and their four-wheelies, got the fucking road closed off. Jesus. Hee-haw. Yeah. So, I love Idaho, if you don't know. It's my secret. Shh. Don't tell anybody about this place. It's a fucking masterpiece, especially this part of Idaho, because a few people know northern Idaho. Let them go up there, have it. Shh. Don't tell them about our place here. It's a fucking gem. It's beyond a gem. And people don't know about it. You know? It's unbelievable. It's fucking grand. It's beautiful. It's romantic. Fucking gotta love. You know, so many great experiences in my life as a young person here. You know, loves of my life, the freak things. You know, on those beaches in San Diego, here in fucking lava, all over through this region. So we got to stand up. So she says, "Oh, you live clear now." What the fuck are you talking about? These people are insane. This is the arrogance of America. Everybody's got a fucking, they got in their little club, oh, you know, I'm going to fight Pilgrim, but not the rest. You know, Plowshares, I can't. They're all fucking frauds, by the way. You know, Plowshares and fucking ICANN are totally fraud. There's two Plowshares now. You know there's two Plowshares. Now, the grassroots fucking Megan Rice's group, the nuns, of course, I set them straight, and they'll tell you, the old who runs it, you know, she runs it out of Philadelphia. She told me, boy, did you set us straight, Kevin? And I says, yeah, at the potluck at the Megan Rice trial. And I says, what do you mean? She says, you know, I says, yeah, you guys want to spread that lying bullshit fucking rhetoric that we're you know, we're against nuclear bombs and we're okay with nuclear energy? You're fools. She says, yeah, you straightened us out, didn't you? You took over the Megan Rice thesis. She says, I think you must have been sent by God. That's what she told me. I said, well, maybe. We all were. So these are not fucking state-by-state issues. These are not all San Onofre, it sits all that. Why do you think I fought from left to right? I've always gone from left to right, the most dangerous. San Onofre, Diablo. Up there in fucking Washington, Hanford. You know, the fucking monster in the desert in fucking Phoenix. I go left to fucking right because I know the jet stream moves left to right. The Fukushima took care of that, didn't it? The great cover-up. So apparently the motion's going to be filed immediately. Now this is just fucking what I hear. Maybe it's this afternoon. The motion's going to be, there's a new motion going to be filed in the U.S. Reagan because these group of attorneys are pissed. Janice rule 2 years ago goes forward, and she's let the fucking she's just sat on her hands. I'm sure she's been threatened by the Department of Energy. Now, this is other breaking news. I got a call this morning from a news affiliate in Boise that I've been dealing with. And they're like, Kevin, we want to interview you today while you're up here. on this whole dynamic. We want to interview, you know, your bloodlines are fucking old school Idaho. Yeah, El Pato Huntic is my grandma. And they're like, oh, yeah, we know. So we want to interview on this dynamic. But he told me, now is this true? I've been told 3 times now by 3 different news desks now. I've been told this, that Homeland Security has issued fucking statements across the board to all media, now including Alex Jones. Now, Alex Jones was asked, why will you not put Kevin Blanch on your show? And he said, well, the activist, blah, blah, and he danced around the issue. Alternative Olin. Now, I've been told this. Now, is it true? I believe that it is true. This confirms this 3rd time. I've been told this by Fox in L.A. I've been told this in San Diego and now here. Now, fuck SL here in Utah. Those fucking NSA fucking rats. So, NSA, Homeland Security, which is working in symphony with fucking the nuclear cartel, the nuclear crime syndicate, Department of Energy, has fucking sent memos out to all news desks across the country, all of them, not just the big ones, little ones, even alternative, and said that it is illegal and they will arrest anyone who fucking puts real activists who does interviews with real activists. I says, for real? Any real street activists are off limits. Off limits, which that would explain why the whole Fukushima dynamic, not one single media outlet, including RT has interviewed me 6 times. 6. Now, you can go to RT. Now, I want you to just Google RT Million Mass March Uncut Chronicles 2014. That's me through the whole fucking thing. RT, with my blue headband on, interviewing me in front of the White House. Made fucking interviews multiple times. They've interviewed me how many times on Fukushima now? And they do the whole interview, they get it out, and it never airs. And I've been told that I am blackballed. Totally, this is my own attorney. He says, Kevin, you have been totally fucking blackballed. I'm driving by my aunt's house right now. She was, oh my God, she just passed. I'm right in front of her old house right here in Blackball right now. So I'm just going around the corner over here, just moving over here to get some coffee. And so she's the one that exposed that we were Shoshone. Abe supposedly had Liam, who was killed by Connor at the Bear River Massacre. He killed Liam, too, Abe's son, that he was supposedly the adopted son. She's the one that exposed that he wasn't adopted. Abe had native wives. Well, many of them did. And she's the one, and by the way, if you see her two, my daughter too, but my cousins, oh my God. Well, my sister, what am I talking about? My oldest sister. You should see that woman. And these women are freaking much older than me. You know how beautiful they are? And they look, you look at them. They're native all the way. They caught the Shoshone gene. My 2 cousins are so spectacularly beautiful and so native spirit, so is my oldest sister. They're dark. They got I can't believe how beautiful they are, physical they are. My aunt, same way. She just passed. Incredible woman. So Miss Universe 2015, Shoshone. That's who were slaughtered at the Bear River Massacre. So I call this, you want to put the waste there? We'll call it the Bear River Massacre in slow motion. Fucking rats. So it's so fucking sad. But to think, this is the psychotic Mormon fucking leaders and the fucking political fucking far-right fucking radical that has captured fucking Idaho's political system. So Cecil Andrews, who's very, very old, the governor of Idaho, who was a wonderful governor when Idaho was grand. Their logo used to be America, the way fucking Idaho, the way America used to be, which he was a fucking great governor. He was one of the great, Frank Church, oh my God, I knew him personally. How fucking great was he? Idaho was fucking grand. They were not idealistic. They were not. They were pragmatic. They were open. They were fucking grand. He got the bill passed through when he was governor that made it against the law to bring this in. So Otter, who I hope he won't show, he called himself Otter. This fucking rat, neocon, fucking freak, fucking murder the earth, fucking governor called Otter. He called himself Otter. I told him right to his face, how can you call yourself Otter when you kill the otters? You know, the otters are dropping fucking dead all over Alaska, too. It's starvation, but scientists are baffled, muzzled thing. So, I've been told that any real fucking Fukushima activists, this is right, Barbara Boxer's office has confirmed this. That's why we had hearings scheduled for Fukushima, pushed underground. That's when Wyden went to Fukushima, was told to stand down. Hillary Clinton's emails fucking confirm it. You guys, Fox News puts out the far-right fucking radical fucking spew, Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. Then the fucking left fucking puts out Al Gore, nuclear's clean, nuclear's clean. I mean, they cover both bases, divide and conquer, race baiting, religious baiting. So it's been confirmed to me, anybody who speaks any truth about fucking Fukushima has been number one hardcore fucking blackballs from any interview in media. Illegal. Not only that, Google has confirmed to me that they have been sequestering view counts and shuffling us in the fucking search engine. That video I did on Fukushima on 444 had 300,000 views so fucking immediately, it was unbelievable. All of a sudden it goes back down to 14. They've confirmed that they did that. We have screen captures of them. So it's been confirmed that I am blackballed, and any real nuclear act is blackballed under the Patriot Act, which is an unconstitutional act, that Fukushima is national defense. And they told me right to my face, I've talked to white shirts, as they call the white shirts out, guaranteed they'll be all over me here soon. They're always all over me. They follow me, they track me, fucking any of us fucking real fucking activists. When I was at San Juan Capistrano, and you can verify, I'd never seen undercover cops follow me around like they did there. I never seen people flash fucking badges at me like they did there. So I'm fucking real. You know, walk right up and flash a badge. I'm like, what the fuck's that? You know, and I'm friendly with them. I'm like, you know, I'm just trying to save you. They're called white shirts, which is Homeland Security, which they just poured so much money into Homeland Security. They got private contracts, underground fucking contracts with fucking police, retired police, ex-military everywhere. We have fucking so much fucking police in this fucking country you don't even know. I mean, we have fucking agency after agency after agency after agency after. There's any kind of fucking crime, literally thousands of FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, agencies we don't even know about in the police state. Completely out of control. You know, they're going to put you in a FEMA camp? I got news. You put yourself in a FEMA camp. They lay back and laugh at that shit. Can you believe these dumb fuckers are sitting fucking talking about FEMA camps when they threw themselves in a FEMA camp? You know, they put themselves in a FEMA camp. They're paying a mortgage on it, and they're willing to go fucking... These people are so fucking ignorant, and these globals sit around and laugh. They're so ignorant that these fucking global trade agreements are good. We want to compete with slaves in China. We like the TPP. Fucking, we like competing with slaves. Johnny got his gun. We got some gold bars, and they just laugh. Why they fucking completely gut your fucking job, and then they'll come out and fucking say, if it's bad, we need to protect jobs when they send 30, 40,000 fucking jobs overseas a month. I mean, it's so over the top, they just laugh. If you don't believe me, read fucking the press secretary, Scott McClellan's fucking book. Read his book. Bush and Cheney, all just sit around and laugh at the man job. Fucking, you believe these idiots, he'd say? Read his book. They would sit around. Fuck, these fuckers are, you know, which they paid the evangelicals, they paid the Mormon Church, Joel Stein's fucking NSA, CIA, all of them are. What's her name? The woman preacher from fucking St. Louis? Why the mound's on fire? She's totally CIA, 100%. 40 million, pay no taxes? What the fuck? Jesus tried to be rich? The most unchristian people, they're devils. Pure fucking American populace fucking drinks the Kool-Aid and goes along with it. They're that fucking ignorant. They're that fucking hypnotized. But the activists, you can't be that. You have to be abstract. You cannot fall into the fucking populism culture. You can't fucking do it. Stand up against, just like that beautiful young activist that went put her fucking hands out to the military fucking police force. You know, you got to support her. Look at that armor on there. It doesn't matter about your race baiting, your religious baiting, your bullshit, your dogma. They branded and fucking groomed fucking life. Doesn't matter. You've got to support her. You have to support her. You have to support it. You have to stand up against this military industrialized police force. You have to. You know, it's just like when I was in Austria last year. I stood right on the fucking... I got to stand on the balcony. You know, there's a great video with me and Roadside Picnic, who's a grand activist in Austria. The activists in Austria are the fucking shit, by the way. And you want to talk this guy snuck into fucking the exclusion zone of Fukushima. I know activists that have done it 6-7 times. Yeah, because you don't see it on YouTube? You don't see it in the media? I saw the bootleg video. I know activists that have snuck in and out of the exclusion zone at Fukushima multiple fucking times. I've seen the videos, I think multiple fucking times. I know them. They're all hiding in Vienna. Because Vienna gives them political asylum. They get fucking political cover. Freedom Eisenbauer, of course, she passed. That might change. You know, so who knows? But they found the same in Denmark. They're hiding in Europe. Just like fucking the political dissidents did in the day. They're incredible activists there. I mean, amazing. Fighting. So, I mean, it's not all a bunch of Kool-Aid fucking drinkers like it is in the United States. We're so fucking out of vogue. They hate us. We got no platform. So look, it's important. Remember, all activists, fuck the so-called media. Just tell them to fuck off. From now on, don't be calling them. Surely don't fucking don't do interviews with them. I'm to the point now, I just say, fuck you. Go fuck yourselves. You know, because they're just going to chop you. They took the money. They took the NSA fucking police state fucking money. All the media took the money, and they're participating. They won't stand up. Now, I was in Vienna when Igor was killed. Igor was killed in a car wreck on the road between Vienna and Budapest. I believe that was killed. I was with activists that had just spent time with Igor. Had just barely spent time. He had a book out, you know, whatever. Now, who's Igor? Igor is the activist, well, the photographer who could have been fucking should have been killed by fucking Russian standards. Who went to Chernobyl, and he got rumors they were hiding Chernobyl, trapping Chernobyl, hiding it. He got rumors it was really a meltdown. He talked to a friend of his who had a news helicopter. This is providing tasks. They still had the fucking field in '86. You know, but Gorbachev gave him a little bit of cover. He says, they could have been fucking shot down, merged. It's the same thing right now, Radio Free Europe on Balco. I was there inside that office in Prague, too, by the way. So, he goes in, and he talked to his friend, and they flew over, and they took all those photographs. Illegal as fuck in Russia. Death sentence. Could have been murdered for it. Gulag from hell, forever. He did it anyway. So, all the pictures, because he's old school, you know, that's back in those days when the beautiful the radiation melted all the fucking photos, which I've seen photos all over California, the radiation, old school photographers, the same thing's happened. Pink film showing up, and this has been independently confirmed by 4 different fucking marquee, including the best surf photographer, radioactive robber, who's got fucking cancer right now fighting for his life. So, it's been confirmed. So, Igor went in there and took him anyway. Said, fuck you. The news helicopter, fuck you, did it anyway. They could have been killed for it immediately. Thrown the gulag forever. And, you know, they're not like cop-outs like Pussy Riot. Pussy Riot ended up being frauds. Of course, ended up, you know, how can you, they go to Barclays Center, do a fucking concert, stand with Hill, and they make them rich. So they just went to, you know, he threw them in the gulag, fucking, which she says that half the people in Russia that are in fucking the gulag in prison are political. Half. Well, she says 60%. Now, that's what they do there. Now, well, they do the same thing here, but at least over there, you think it's the gulag's bad there, ask fucking young Manning here. So, they do the same thing here, but much more. They just kill you here. So, we're way worse than fucking Russia. I mean, the atrocities that we pull. So, he did it anyway. Those pictures got out, and he put them out on the wire. He could have been killed. He did it anyway. But here, these cowards in the U.S., they're all afraid, and so they won't break ranks. Nobody will break ranks. Now, in Japan, one young man broke ranks and went crazy on HNK and went on Fukushima rants from hell and became Fukushima, and watched this turn into a great anti-nuclear activist. So he ran for governor in the second biggest prefecture in Japan. He won last week. It's a major, major story. He ran against the old school fucking governor. I don't want to butcher the name. I think it's Kogashima. He ran for it against this pro-nuclear fucking CIA propped-up rat, which all the fucking prime ministers, now they become fucking anti-nuclear, blood on their hands, oh yeah, guilt from hell. You know, they're both out on the grandstand fucking crying. One to start funds, one to that. I asked him right to his face, I asked him, how can you be so pro-nuclear now, when you're the one that built it up? CIA, the American CIA made me do it, Kevin. He told me that right to my face. I have witnesses. So, he got killed while I was in Vienna last year. Without him, Chernobyl's covered up. Those photographs exposed Chernobyl. Gorbachev, the great anti-nuclear. By the way, his wife died of leukemia. The fucking mass murder and death, life expectancy after Mayak, the fucking, the plutonium factory blew up in 1957, yet the United States military covered it up. So this is major breaking news I have right here, major breaking news. Now, I posted this yesterday. My uncle, who's 82 years old, my dad's younger brother, high fucking brass at the Pentagon. One of the fucking highest, I mean, this guy's amazing dude. Fighter pilot. Really high ranking. Lays on to fucking LBJ during, amazing guy. Mind like a 30-year-old still now. While he was researching the human experimentation of my dad on my, while my father was still alive way back. So while he was stationed at the Pentagon, he kept digging and digging and digging. He says, I had the highest fucking clearance you could get. I got all the way. And I got to see photographs that have never been fucking, no one will ever see the photographs. Well, there's photographs of my dad in there. He got him. He actually fucking threw the free, and he fought for decades to get the pictures of my father released. Now, he's working on getting the pictures of the Marines in the cages. But so he got them released. So I have them. So I posted the first one online yesterday. It's my dad. Now, remember, they did 40,000 Marines in it. But remember, the very first group, and this has been verified through my uncle, and he will do interviews. I'm going to do an interview with him. He'll verify all this. He said that the first blast, they took my dad and other groups, put them in tents out at the Nevada test site. Okay, they put them within 1,000 yards of ground zero. This is not the support troops, which are 100,000 Army. That big signs, of course, they're out there. Loose lips think big ships cover up. No, these were human lab rats, and it was all run of Cal Berkeley. Teller was running the show. So they blasted them. Fucked him up, burned him really bad, really burned. There's pictures of his hands are all burned because they put their hands over their face. They were told to put their hands over their face, and it burned the fuck out of their hands and their face because their heads were above ground. They were just in trenches. Now, they're not the trenches you see the photograph. They were much, much, much closer, within 1,000 fucking yards. Some reports, my uncle says they may have been within 1,000 feet. It burned the fuck out of them. So that was the first fucking experiment ever. Okay? Filled hospitals, whatever. Then they did it again. Not shortly thereafter, they did it again. This time, they fucking put them in cages. My uncle and he says he'll swear to it under testifying. He's working on getting United States Marines, including my father, in cages like animals. They put them in cages right next to the blast so they couldn't run and people couldn't fucking, other Marines, no man left behind, Semper Fi, that's their motto, cannot fucking, because that's what the Marines are taught to do, no man left behind, to go get them. So the other Marines couldn't get them. The Department of Energy did it because other Marines were trying to break the cages open. And they put up signs and they would fucking patrol, so they put them in cages and they blasted them. Well, it killed most of them in the cage. A lot of my dad woke up several months later in a fucking hospital in San Diego. This is all verified through my uncles at the top of the Pentagon. He'll testify to this. So, at the blast, they had field hospitals set up. They immediately cut their tonsils out. Immediately, by the pass out, all the dead bodies and the ones that weren't dead. They immediately cut them, put them in jars, sent them to fucking Berkeley at the fucking lab. There's developed it. They still have them, by the way. And the studies out there, the human experimentation. Now, we used to tell stories about they took prisoners in the state of Washington, the Washington penal system, and we used to always say this. People thought we were crazy, and they actually took dishes of the water, half for the plutonium-laced water, and dipped fucking patients' balls, testicles in the water. Now, look it up. It's all been verified now that they really did it. Why? To see if it sterilized, see if it mutated them, see what it did to them. This is our government. Wrap yourself up in a fucking flag. So now, as I'm head of it's my own work. My work, I've been working on what we call the children of... That's my term, by the way. So the atomic veterans, which they mass murdered and fucking killed, and they all died of leukemia. My dad died of acute blastic leukemia many years later. He was young. So Now, I was born mutated, had a twin sister, which is a mutation by definition. Now, we know non-identical twins of the atomic veterans are very common, and one of the two twins dies young of leukemia. Very common. This is my work. This is my work. We know that it's happening. We know that a lot of the mutated fucking children, a lot of times it's the second child, is fucking dying of leukemia in their fucking 20th today. We know they're born with autism. We know they're autistic. We know they're all fucking up, and there's lots of us. There's 300,000 of us. No one gives a fuck about us. And the data is honest. My uncle says, he says, Kevin, not only they have fucking data on you, every time you ever went to a hospital and doctor, still to this day, incredible. And I can verify, because when I was in the bone marrow transplant, I had a medical fucking military doctor come in my room from the fucking United States military. He came in my room. His name is Rob. And he documented and fucking went through a really regiment of questions to me and about me from the military in my fucking room at the LDS Bone Marrow Transplant Center. He says they keep documentation of all the children, and it's the human experimentation continues to go on to this day. That's all we are. We're fucking human experiment fucking lab rats to them. That's all that we are. That's all he was. And so then they destroyed all their files, the original group, they got rid of them. Now, I posted one picture. You can see the burns on his face, on his fucking hands. They got him in tents. Now, they would truck him. They had him in the middle of the night, ready for Korea. They were on boats in the middle of the night. They turned around the boats in the middle of the night at fucking Pendleton. Now, you got to remember Pendleton before, that was before San Onofre was there, before the freeway was there. It all went right to the sea. That's why San Onofre was built at Camp Pendleton. You know, the marine fucking experimentation, which was all orchestrated by the Department of Energy at the time, Teller, Truman, these fucking rats. I could write 100 books about this, you know, but I'm busy trying to save the world. So, and, you know, it's amazing how people pull back from me. I'm a walking, talking encyclopedia, you know, so hopefully a lot of these things get recorded, get out there, you know, and they can be there in this virtual library. And at some point, somebody will catch up and say, oh, my God, why didn't anybody interview this guy? Why didn't anybody do a documentary on this guy? Why didn't anybody? Because nobody's going to do shit. Because they're fucking lazy. Just like here. Why doesn't anybody show up here? They ain't going to do nothing. Because that's America for you. They're cowards, number one. They're mega cowards. They don't understand the law. They're ignorant. They're afraid. They're cowards, you know, and they think Johnny got his gun. They think their gun. They've been branded, which that's the worst thing you can have. Just like that young African-American. He didn't have a gun. And he tells that cop, I got a gun, and the cop just executes him. Well, if you didn't have the gun, then you'd still be alive. Because the gun's not going to protect you. The gun's going to get you killed. That's nothing good to come out. What do you? Well, I tell everybody, well, nobody wants to come in your house and steal your Walmart shit. Nobody wants your fucking shitty junk. The only fucking people that are going to rob you are the police. They have asset forfeiture. You got a bunch of cash on you, those rob you. Just take it and they can legally do it. You know, and not all police are bad. Oh, hell no. Most are good, but it's a gang mentality. Homeland Security hijacked fucking the police. And then they changed the word to law enforcement. I thought law enforcement were judges and courts. Of course, they've been hijacked too. You know, who's fucking Alito, who's Roberts, Mike Lee, lead step for Alito, all through BYU CIA. CIA, fucking, the whole fucking thing's run there. BYU Lewis, 100%, lock, stock, barrel, CIA. I can prove it. So John Huntsman comes out against Mike Lee. So he sends my, I'm going to run John Huntsman Jr. against him, which they hate each other. So then all of a sudden, John Huntsman Jr. says, no, I'm Mike Lee's new campaign manager. They meet, and I can prove this. They meet in the church office buildings. They meet there. And that's where all the political, there's no open primaries here. Republican, and it's all 100%, same in Idaho, same in Wyoming. They're not open primaries. So the Republican candidates are picked in the Mormon church office building. That's where they're picked, and they win. So Cecil Andrews here has filed suit against Otter. It's against the law. So, and I'm not one of these activists to stomp my feet. I come to a fucking, you know, at some point. So you know me. Put it in Yucca Mountain. You congressman, and I know Yucca Mountain's a horrible fucking center, but it's the best of the worst options. And then develop a program slowly at Yucca Mountain. Develop a program which, if we were working on this for the last 30 years since Congress passed Yucca Mountain, we'd already had a shot in space. This gig would have been up. They delay this and delay this because this is a fucking pork cash cow, the greatest pork cash cow in human history. The subsidies that go to these things are fucking massive, and they're not public utilities. They're privately owned by Goldman Sachs attorneys and banksters. Look it up. You know, I'm the one that exposed who really owned fucking San Onofre and Diablo. I'm like, look it up. Steve Jobs' wife's this big owner. Fucking Al Gore's part fucking owner. Fucking Google part owner. Goldman Sachs attorneys part owners. Fucking Jamie Dimon part owner. Bill Gates, big owners. Bill Gates fucking owned the mound in fucking St. Louis, who's a CIA-connected rat. Total fucking place propped up CIA rat. I mean, it's unarguable. Bill Gates is a eugenicist, propped up CIA rat. There's probably no doubt he's probably fucking a Rockefeller, just like fucking Bill Walmart Clinton. I mean, Winthrop Rockefeller, look it up. You know, Hillary's fucking mother, fucking at the University of Chicago when this whole madness was invented. It all goes back to fucking Truman when they pushed Wallace out, yelled up by the sea. They put it, Atomic City blew up right here, and they had to peel guys off the fucking ceilings. They just finally won a 30-year-old fucking lawsuit. The residents just finally won. Too late for Paul, my friend, my best friend. You know, he fought, and I thought he died on fucking the 26th of February, 2013. He got sick the same week I did. So did Carla. You know, I held up his obituary right there and there and put it right now to McFarland's face so she could see what she did. I don't know. It's what a war we have. So, I don't know. We fight, but this is the insanity. So, you know, and I like John. He's trying to follow the impossible equation. I mean, this young guy is thrown to the wolves. Absolutely. And I like Allison, too. Don't get me wrong. I like Allison in a lot of ways. She gets it. She finally went on a rant in there about Arriva, what phony rats. And I love what she said in her presentation. We have that on video. Peter and I have that on video. And I got to get it up. But I've been so busy and I've been sick. But she says, I don't foresee, the technology's gone as far as it can. I don't foresee any technology on reunification happening in at least the next freaking 200,000 years. That was what she said. We said this, Einstein said in 1953, this technology, fucking splitting the atom, we took it as far as you can possibly go. We took it all the way. That's it. That's it. We took it all the way. The reunification sent the MOX fuel to fucking Japan. Remember, 91 saved the nuclear industry. Built Savannah River. Fucking billions of dollars they looted. You know, now get this. So Haley Barber filed suit in South Carolina because they're running it through South Carolina. That by law, they had to be out of there in the 90s. They're way over fucking law. Had to be out of there in 99. But get this. The law caps at $100 million. So the Department of Energy will just fucking hit the fucking taxpayer up a little more. You're paying your own fines. So all these reactors file suit. They file suit because they're over capacity from 1991 on 93, 90, whatever law you decide to go over. They're over capacity. They're in violation. Every reactor is in violation. High violation. I'm driving here, just going over around the corner to get some coffee. I'm just getting ready to stop. But these roads have been in construction since I was a kid. I've never once seen these fucking roads in the Blackfoot, Idaho fucking area ever in my life. Ever. You know, 15, all of them. I've never seen them in my life when they weren't under construction. You know, they've been under construction my entire life. Red barrels and poles every fucking day, my whole life. So, these fucking, they're over, so they pay a fine. You can look it up. It's a super fund they pay into, and that's what funds is commissions. This right here that's doing this consent is funded by the fines. Who pays the fines? You do! So they're being fined, so they file suit. These reactors file suit. Because under the fucking law, the Department of Energy had to have an answer for the waste by 1976. Then by 81, the executive order, they don't have an answer for the waste. So they're in violation. Every reactor, Indian Point's still running without a fucking license. Think about that insanity. So they just completely fucking hijacked it all. Suit after suit after suit. So you just keep paying. Who pays those fines? The taxpayers. The federal taxpayer. You just keep running debt. So they just keep paying and form another commission. They're paying this Tim Cook fucking asshole in fucking California. Sits up there and he's a rude prick. He talks in his passive aggressive $1 million a year. He told me straight up, he says, I know nothing about nuclear. I have a fucking PhD in fucking communications. So it's a loop. So I'll fight for you fuckers. I'll do it on my own. And, you know, this fucking historic fucking journey can live in infamy. You know, I'll do all the fucking dirty work. So I'm here in fucking Atomic City, Idaho. You know, on the consent. This is a major day. A historic fucking day. July 14th is this day. No, not the Bear River Massacre in fucking slow motion. Fuck these fuckers.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Game 311, whatever you want.
This is Ozzy Skateboard.